The Balanced Bite-Sized Entrepreneur, Bite-Sized Entrepreneur Book 3, 18 Business Tactics to Harmonize Your Life, Love, and Purpose. Written by Damon Brown, narrated by Damon Brown. To Pearl, my partner on this wild, wonderful journey. Thank you. Everybody is trying to do their best, and sometimes they don't even know it. Phil Jackson, Oprah's Super Soul Conversations. Why this book shouldn't exist. This book almost didn't happen. The first, The Bite-Sized Entrepreneur book, came quickly, as did The Productive Bite-Sized Entrepreneur. I just sold my startup, Cuddlr, after an 11-month run as co-founder, and spent a year writing about my experiences for Inc. magazine, specifically leading a high-profile startup while being a fully present, hands-on, stay-at-home dad of a baby. There was a lot to say. Fresh from Silicon Valley, the belief that you could not succeed as an entrepreneur and maintain a romantic partnership never left the family, and I wanted to show people that it was actually possible. And then suddenly it was done. The first book rocketed up to the top of the Amazon entrepreneurship books, with the second one following behind. I began juggling media interviews and requests along with the writing, the consulting, and entrepreneur advising. You know, how I actually made a living. And I'm still a stay-at-home dad with a new toddler and now another son. I had to make a choice. Focus on the goal of completing the trilogy or admit that the goal didn't fit my new world. So I'm going to kill myself writing The Balanced Bite-Sized Entrepreneur? How absurd, I told my closest confidants, for me to burn myself out writing a book about creating balance. So I stopped. In retrospect, it wasn't a stop, but rather a thoughtful pause. Much has happened in the years since the last Bite-Sized Entrepreneur book, but most of it was internal. I learned how to be fully present for 2 kids, pay more attention to my body. The first books talked about me waking up at 3:15 a.m. to lead my company and the aftermath, and become grateful for the bit of wisdom I was able to share already in the best-selling books. More importantly, I began listening to you. I leaned towards strategy, so I had all the books planned out, from general launch dates to major discussion points. What I didn't realize until that pause was that you, not me, would tell me what you needed. You tell me how I can best serve you. I traveled the world speaking about the Bite-Sized Entrepreneur methods, from Durham, North Carolina, to Bogota, Colombia, to my previous hometown of San Diego. What's amazing is that I'd get the same 2 questions. Number 1, do I have enough time, money, resources, etc. to start? And how do I balance everything in my life with this new thing? I always responded to the first question quickly, drawing in the topics of starting small, ideally as a side hustle, and organizing your life based on priorities to maximize your productivity. It's the first 2 books, essentially. Maintaining, though, was what you really wanted. Sure, you can get started and have your priorities in order, but if you don't have some sense of balance, then all the resources, time, or passion in the world won't bring you closer to your success. Therefore, the Balanced Bite-Sized Entrepreneur goes deeper. How do you manage within chaos? How do you know what to focus on? How do you know when to quit? There are no easy answers, nor should there be. If you haven't already, read through the first 2 books, particularly the original, The Bite-Sized Entrepreneur, to build a strong foundation for the concepts addressed here. You should know why persistence always trumps patience, and why no is the absolute best word for your growth. And, after reading this book, you'll have a better sense of how to maintain that beautiful structure and mindset you established based on the first 2 in the trilogy. This third book would not have been possible without me spending a year growing enough to write it. I hope it was worth the wait for you. It definitely was for me. Damon Brown, October 2017. Section 1. Let Go. All spiritual traditions emphasize the need to keep your attention in the present time. As long as you remain present, everything you need is present with you. Caroline Myss, Sacred Contracts. 1. The 3-minute rule. A few focused minutes will change your entire day. Our attention spans are arguably getting shorter, but our need for depth is getting heavier. It does not feel like enough to commit a little or to make small edits. Today we have romanticized the broad
Sample complete. Ready to continue?